all the corporate people, very, very big companies, in Bangalore and outside Bangalore as well. In spiritual life, he has been practicing spirituality for last 30 years, 30. It's a big time to be practicing spiritual life for so much time. Yeah, it's a good inspiration for us. He is also a Bhakti Shastra teacher. He has conducted a lot of Bhakti Shastra courses and continues to do so. He also takes classes in many centers around Bangalore and maybe outside Bangalore as well. And he is also running and managing the Gurukul in Belgaum. Very wonderful teacher. He is also my teacher in Bhakti Shastri. So I welcome him. We all welcome him totally. Go to Hare Association. And for welcoming him loudly, can we chant one time Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज जय राधा Srimad Divine Grace Bhai Charanavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Jagatguru Srila Prabhupada ki Grantraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees. Thank you for assembling. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak a few words from the glorious Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I think I've become a little old. The font is too small for me. So I'm going to use technology. Okay, so reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 35, and verse 35 onwards, we will see how many ever we can finish today with the given amount of time. So this is chapter 2, verse 35. Bhayad uparatam mamsyante tvam maya ratha yesham chatvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam. The great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you insignificant. Who's saying this to whom? Krishna is saying this to Arjuna, because Arjuna told Krishna that he wants to leave the battlefield and he wants to go away. And it is against the principles of a Kshatriya. A Kshatriya is not meant to run away from the battlefield, is not meant to renounce the battlefield. A Kshatriya is meant to be on the battlefield. In fact, if a Kshatriya, irrespective of whichever side of the army he is, if he can be on the right side, he can be on the wrong side, any side of the army. But if a Kshatriya is there on the battlefield and he dies fighting the enemy, even if he loses, he should not run away. He should die on the battlefield. And when he dies on the battlefield, he attains the heavenly planets. So, when somebody dies on the battlefield, they are glorified. But if a person runs away from the battlefield, that infamy will go on from generation after generation. Even the descendants of that particular warrior will be in shame because their ancestor ran away from the battlefield. So Krishna is reminding Arjuna that all these people, they think of you as a great warrior, as a great Kshatriya, and if you run away from the battlefield, whatever the reason is, but if you run away from the battlefield, it's going to bring infamy. So you'll see later on in the Bhagavad Gita, as the chapters go ahead, Krishna is going to give more and more reasons, higher and higher reasons of why Arjuna should not leave the battlefield. But since this is the second chapter in the initial phases, Krishna is trying to motivate Arjuna, at least on a material level, that you're a Kshatriya, you should not run away from the battlefield. How can you run? So, 2.36. Avachya padams chabahun vadishyanti tavahitaha nindantas tavas samarthyam tato dukkha taram nukim. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? So again, Krishna is telling him that not only people who know you, but particularly people who are your enemies, they will use unkind words. They will insult you, Arjuna. So why do you even want to run away from the battlefield? Ato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchayaha. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed in the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. So, you can see what an amazing motivational speech Krishna is giving to Arjuna here, because Arjuna has lost all his motivation. So, Krishna is telling him, Uttishta, please get up, please rise and engage in battle. Because what is going to happen? Either you will be killed, even if you get killed, you will go to Swarga, or if you win, you will enjoy the kingdom. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by doing so, you shall never incur sin. Okay, so henceforth from this particular second chapter, so the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of our acharyas. He refers to the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita as the summary of the entire Bhagavad Gita. So if somebody is unable to study the entire Bhagavad Gita, if they study the second chapter, they will understand the entire Bhagavad Gita. It is a summary of the entire Bhagavad Gita. So here you will see in this part of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is elaborating on what you will see in the third chapter and in the fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. That is elaboration on Karma Yoga. So the essence of that Karma Yoga is spoken in this particular part of the second chapter. You will see the essence of all the chapters of Bhagavad Gita in the second chapter. But this particular part, these few verses, Krishna is specifying, he is giving the essence of Karma Yoga. Hence, he is encouraging Arjuna to get up and fight. And he is telling him also how to fight. He is saying, Sukhe dukkhe same kritva. This is very difficult to practice in our personal lives. So, and Krishna is recommending this. He is saying, do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress. It's very easy to say that, no? But so difficult to practice that. When you're doing certain activities and we tell you, don't expect happiness, or even if happiness comes or distress comes, don't worry about it. Continue to do your duty. It's very difficult to do that. If how many of you are working, or even if you're working at home, you're in the kitchen, or you're doing so many other activities. How many of you Matajis or Prabhus who know how to cook also? Once you cook, do you ask for feedback from others? Is it nice? Is it not nice? You all ask, no? And if they say, not nice, then we feel bad, isn't it? So hard I worked, so much time I cooked, and I was sweating and all of that, and finally after cooking everything you say that this is not right and that is not right, isn't it? It's the same for everybody, no matter what activities you do. We're doing so many activities here in the temple also, and towards the end if someone says, no, I'm not satisfied with what you're doing here, immediately we feel bad, correct? But Krishna is saying that just do your duty. Don't think about happiness or distress. Don't think about it, because happiness and distress will come. It is not that we should not take feedback. We should take feedback, we should learn, and we should improve. But then we should not lose our enthusiasm to do activities because we got bad feedback. Right? So if somebody tells us, no, salt was less in cooking, doesn't mean from tomorrow we should stop cooking. We continue to cook, but we improve. We take feedback and improve, but don't take it personally. It is very difficult. But Krishna is recommending this to Arjuna. Without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, sometimes they will be gain, sometimes they will be loss. Victory or defeat, sometimes we may be victorious, sometimes we may face defeat. And this is not just for Arjuna, this is also for the descendants of Arjuna. Who are the descendants of Arjuna? All of us are descendants, because he is our Acharya. He is our Acharya who studied the Bhagavad Gita, and we are all studying the Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? So Arjuna is our Parama Guru. Srila Prabhupada says in one place that there is no difference between Vyasadeva and Arjuna, because both were students of Krishna, both were students of Bhagavad Gita. So there is no difference between Vyasa and Arjuna. So Arjuna is also very much our Guru, just like Vyasadeva is our Guru, Arjuna is also our Guru. So we, being the descendants of Arjuna in the lineage of Bhagavad Gita, we should also follow this principle that not worry too much about victory or gain. Sometimes we may do so many preaching activities, we have so many wonderful devotees here, Prabhus and Matajis, who are always preaching. And sometimes they become very successful in their preaching and many devotees are inspired. Sometimes they may do a lot of hard work, but nobody may even come. Nobody may attend, nobody may appreciate, but they don't give up. They continue to preach, isn't it? So that is why all the devotees are wonderful. So we should not really think about victory or defeat. We simply serve Krishna. That should be the spirit. Then Krishna says, Neha Vikrama Nashosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. And a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. And a little advancement on this path. So which path is Krishna speaking about? Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. A great danger, to protect us from a great danger. So Krishna is talking about what all of us devotees are practicing here. Krishna consciousness. We are doing a little bit of japa. We are all performing kirtana. We're distributing books. We are doing arati for the Lord. So even a little bit, swalpa. How many of you speak Kannada here? So in Kannada, what is swalpa? Little bit. So Krishna, all these languages have emanated from Sanskrit only, isn't it? So swalpamapyasya dharmasya. Swalpa, Krishna is saying, just a little bit, even a little bit if you perform devotional service. This will protect you from a great danger. And what is that great danger? Like there are many Puranas, there is one particular Purana called Garuda Purana. Usually Garuda Purana, people say don't read it at home because Garuda Purana is read only when somebody dies. It is wrong. Garuda Purana is read, you can read it in all circumstances, but it is especially read to remind people when somebody dies. Okay? But I believe that Garuda Purana should be read even before that. What is the point of reading Garuda Purana for somebody who's already dead? What is the purpose of Garuda Purana? Garuda Purana, of course, not the entire Garuda Purana, but there are certain sections of Garuda Purana that explains what happens to a jiva after they die. Which hellish planets they go to, what kind of sufferings they deal with, and for what kind of sins, what kind of birth they get, and how many of those births they need to take, under what circumstances do they get animal body, under what circumstances do they become a plant or a tree, under what circumstances do they become human beings again, or they become devatas, or they go to hellish planets and suffer in the hellish planets. So we should get this information before we die or after we die. Isn't it? You're using a washing machine. After you spoil the washing machine, if we give you a manual and say now you read the manual, it doesn't make sense, no? Before we use the washing machine, you should know the manual. Before you learn to use a cell phone, you should read the manual and you find out, okay, this is how the phone or the gadget works. Similarly, there is another machine, like a washing machine or a phone or a car. There is another machine. Krishna says that this body is also a machine. So before using this machine, we have to learn the do's and don'ts, isn't it? So Garuda Purana explains those things. Of course, the essence of all the Puranas are right here in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So this Garuda Purana explains that what happens to a person after they die. So this is what Krishna is referring to as Mahato Bhaya, a great danger that awaits a person after they die. So a person goes to hell for all the sinful activities that they do. There are a lot of descriptions are there. Maybe someday when I have time, we will explain it. There is a river called Vaitarani river. So only a person who has performed pious activities, they get the currency. Just like if you want to go from one place to the other, you have currency, right? You have to pay a certain amount. Then the bus or the cab or Uber or something will take you to the other side. Similarly, Vaitarani river, there is a boatman that appears every now and then. When we are suffering in the hellish planets, deep suffering is going on. And in the hellish planets, people in hell get a particular body called Yatana Sharira. And this Yatana Sharira, in this particular ordinary body that we have, there is only a certain extent that you can suffer pain. After that, we will die. We cannot suffer more pain than that. But in hell, they get a new body called Yatana Sharira, that no matter how much pain the body goes through, the person will not die. And the sensitivity to pain is very, very high. So you'll feel extreme pain, but you don't die also. Okay, that is Yatana Sharira. So somebody in the hellish planets get that kind of a body. So Krishna says that in such a situation, also you will get relief. So this Vaitarani river is there and there is a boatman in this particular river. And this boatman comes and asks, I can take you away from hell and I can take you to the heavenly planets. You can stop your suffering right here. So we will be so desperate and we say, yes, I want to stop the suffering. Please take me across this river. Take me away from hell, from that Vaitarani river, through the Vaitarani river on a boat. So the boatman asks, money please. So what money will work there? 500 rupees, 2000 rupees note, any of that currency will work? All of Mr. Ambani's wealth will work? That boatman doesn't accept Mr. Ambani, Mr. Adani, all the wealth that they have, boatman doesn't accept all of that. Boatman only accepts the punya karya that we have done, the pious activities that we have done. Boatman will ask, have you fed a cow in your life? Have you done any go seva? Go seva? No. Somebody gave me, some devotee said go seva, but I did not do it. I did not have time. Did you do some chanting at least? Chanting, this Prabhuji told me to chant, but I did not have time. So, that currency you don't do. Some seva in the temple did you do? Janmashtami, did you attend Janmashtami? They invited me for Janmashtami, but I could not go. I had some work in my office, so I could not go. So what is going to happen after that? Boatman will take us for free? Not at all. Boatman will say, please stay here. Okay, please stay here. So, after somebody dies, they do something called as Pindadana and all of that, right? So what is the meaning of Pindadana? Pinda means what? Pinda means in Sanskrit it means ball, that's all. Okay, Pinda means ball. So they offer rice in the form of a ball. They don't put rice just like that. It has to be offered in the form of a ball. And they add certain ingredients like yeldu, pill. They add all of that and make a ball, and it is offered. It's supposed to be offered in a particular way. So, or they do Goseva, or they do certain things in the name of the dead person. But what if your children don't do that? What if, because nowadays there are so many people, they don't have this kind of faith, so they may not do it. So don't wait for somebody else that after I die somebody will do. You please do it. You take care of your own currency. So how many of you are chanting Hare Krishna here? Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. Okay, very good. How many of you are chanting 16 rounds? Please raise your hands. Okay. How many of you are chanting 10 rounds at least every day? Hare Krishna. How many of you are chanting less than 10 but more than 5? Raise your hands. Okay. Less than 10, more than 5. How many of you are chanting more than 2, less than 5? More than 2, less than 5. How many of you are chanting 1 round every day? Okay. How many of you are chanting 0 rounds every day? Somebody raise your hand, 0 rounds. Okay, alright. So then what should we do from today? Those who are chanting 0 rounds, can we chant at least 1 round? Huh? Those who are chanting 0 rounds should chant 1 round. And you can ask our devotees how to do the chanting. I think towards the end also we will all chant 1 round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we will learn how to do it. Those who are chanting 2 rounds or 1 round, not enough. We should always be progressive, isn't it? When it comes to ordinary things in our life, we're always very progressive, isn't it? If somebody gives me 1 rupee, I feel, what to do with 1 rupee? Give me at least 10 rupees. Nowadays, beggars on the street, they don't accept 1 rupee also. Right? 1 rupee you give them, they will look at you. They need 10 rupees. So, since materially we keep looking at how I can increase, how I can make progress, spiritually also I must make progress. I must continue to chant, continue to chant, continue to chant. And as I keep chanting, someday will I see Krishna? How many of you have seen Krishna here after chanting? Nobody? I've been chanting for I think close to 30 years now. I've seen Krishna in his deity form, but other than that, I'm not seeing Krishna personally. So then what should we do? Should we give up? We never give up. Because there is one pastime. How many of you have heard of Mother Shabari in Ramayana? So Mother Shabari also follows this principle that a little endeavor, her spiritual master told her that one day Ramachandra is going to come. The Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, Ramachandra, he is going to come and you have to wait. And she waited and she waited and she waited for hundreds of years. So her guru told her that we are going to the spiritual world. Her guru and her other students, other disciples of the guru, they all went in front of her, they all went to Vaikuntha. And she said, I also want to come to Vaikuntha. They said, Guru said, no, not right now. You have to wait for little time. Solpa to wait money. They said, so little time you have to wait. How much is that little time? Could be a few hundred years, could be a few thousand years, very little time. So Shabari, Mother Shabari, she said okay. And very patiently, every day, she would sweep the floor. She was living in the middle of the forest and she would sweep the floor every day. And every day, she would go and she would pluck berries and nice fruits, the ripest of fruits, and she would keep it in a basket. And she would wait that keep staring at the road, that through this road, my Guru said, through this road Ramachandra is going to come walking. And she continued to wait and continued to wait, continued to wait. She is the epitome of patience. I don't think there's anybody more patient than her. So patient. Patiently she is waiting for the Lord. And sometimes in the Ramayana serial, they show that, how many of you have seen her cheats and then she feeds the Lord and all that? That did not happen. Okay, that is only the TV serial. In reality, that did not happen. Because when we also are offering something to the Lord, do we do that? Take one bite of mango and then offer it to Krishna? No, right? We don't do that. So Shabari also did not do that. That was only in the serials they do, some extra, they talk about it. But Shabari, definitely just by touching the fruits and berries, she knew which was ripe. Just like if we go to the market, we know, no? Which is papaya, ripe this one. So every day she was plucking. So every day she knew which was the ripe fruit, tastiest of those fruits. And she would keep it ready. But Ramachandra never came. And for years and years and years and hundreds of years, Ramachandra never came. Because Ramachandra had not even arrived on the planet. He had not even appeared. But even much before that, she was waiting. Finally, one day, Ramachandra appeared. Then this whole episode happened, Vanavasa, and then Sita Devi was kidnapped. And then Ramachandra was walking through the forest. And one day, while she was her usual duties of sweeping, plucking berries, and she was sitting in front of her hut and staring at the road. And she could see, she could hear some sound. And she thought, are there some hunters? Who's walking my way? And then she sees the two very beautiful, handsome, two young men are walking. Who are these two men? Ramachandra and Lakshmana. And Valmiki explains how beautiful both of them looked. Their shoulders were broad, their arms were thick, Mahabahu, their arms were thick, and they were walking like young elephants. So if we go to some temples, our old temples, when they carry Bhagwan on Pallaki, they also do a certain move. You can watch it on YouTube or if you go to some temples. They move like that. Okay, so that is walking like a gaja or an elephant. So the Lord actually walks like that. So that is his style of walking. So we will not look good if we try to do that. Only Bhagwan looks nice. When he does that, he looks very nice. It doesn't look good on us. We should walk normally. So she saw, Shabari was able to see Ramachandra waiting. So, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya. When a spiritual master tells you something, some activities, we must do it. We must do it with sincerity, without expecting anything. In fact, we should think, who am I at all? I mean, what is my qualification? Why the Lord should appear in front of me? I'm not so qualified. So, just the fact that I have got some service to do to Krishna, I should continue to do that. I should not aspire that someday I will see Krishna personally and we will both sit together and I will be the next Arjuna, I will be the next Yashoda. That should not be our aspirations. Our aspiration should be that I should serve Arjuna, I should serve Yashoda. That should be the mood. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bayat. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahushaka hi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayina. This is 2.41. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many-branched. So what is Krishna telling here? That those who are on this path of bhakti, karma yoga, they are ekeha kurunandana. They are focused only on one thing, on serving me. So this reminds me of the pastime of Hanumanji. When Hanumanji took a leap, from where to where? Yeah. So he jumped from our India and he landed in Sri Lanka through one jump, Anjaneya. So while he took this jump, there were many obstacles on the way. There were many obstacles on the way. Some demons appeared, some mountains appeared. So there was a mountain that appeared. This mountain was made of gold. So this golden mountain, what had happened was many years ago, Indra was punishing all the mountains. So at that time, this golden mountain was protected by Vayudeva. And Vayudeva bought this mountain and hid him in the Indian Ocean. So remembering Vayudeva, this mountain said that Vayuputra is jumping and he must be tired. Let me go and give him some rest. Let him sit on me and rest. So he rose above, and this mountain was made of gold. Completely gold. Every rock on it was gold. Okay. So don't go to Indian Ocean now and try to look for that mountain. Indian Ocean is very big. I don't think we may find the mountain. But that mountain is there, and this mountain rose, and the mountain said, Hanuman, please come and please rest on me. Hanuman said that I have no time to rest. I am on mission. I have a duty to perform. But he also did not want to break the heart of this particular mountain. So he just touched that mountain, and then he took off from there. He flew from there. So he didn't want to disrespect the service of the mountain. So he just touched it, and then respectfully Hanumanji flew away from there. So what is the learning from here? That sometimes in our service to Krishna, many times you may get puja, labha, pratishtha, you may get glory, you may get wealth, you may get all of that. But just like Hanuman, we must ignore all of that and we must continue in our service to Krishna. Just like Hanuman continued in his service to Ramachandra. And as he went, he found another demon. Another demon. This demon had a special power of catching the shadow of a person. So if any bird was flying, this demon did not have to catch the bird. This demon could catch the shadow of that bird, and that bird would come falling. Okay, modern scientists say, what is that triangle? Bermuda Triangle or something, right? So they say that maybe Bermuda Triangle or something like that. But we don't know. But Ramayana, Valmiki explains that there was a demon like that pulls people through their shadow. So this demon caught Hanumanji's shadow and pulled him under the water so that she can kill him. But Hanumanji approached the demon and Hanumanji kills the demon. So what does this represent? This represents our own inner darkness, our shadow, our own inner darkness. It can be lust, anger, greed, and so many bad negative qualities that we may have. That shadow represents all of that. So when Hanuman's shadow was caught, Hanuman was able to overcome by defeating that demon. So he was able to overcome his own internal demons. So Hanumanji, Mahabali, he was not only Mahabali because of killing demons outside, he was also Mahabali because he was able to kill demons inside him also. That is why he had conquered his own senses. And then, when he went forward, there was another demon that attacked Hanuman. And this particular demon could increase her size. So she opened her mouth and she said, enter my mouth. So Hanuman became bigger than her. Then she became even bigger than Hanuman. Then Hanuman became bigger than her. Then she became taller than Hanuman. Then Hanuman became bigger than her. So both had competition. One became bigger than the other. One became bigger than the other. So there was no limit to it. Both of them were growing. And suddenly, Hanumanji, after she became very big and she had opened her mouth, it was like a big mountain. Hanuman suddenly became very small and he entered her mouth and came out. So she was very surprised. So what do we learn from this? We learn that sometimes between two people, there can be an ego fight. Who's greater, who's bigger, I'm bigger than you, you are bigger than me. So this kind of an argument can continue. But then Hanumanji showed that it's better to, when you're focusing on service, it is better to become the smaller person. Saying that, okay, you are bigger than me, I'm very small, I will just continue to serve. So his goal was not to show that lady that I'm bigger than you. His goal was, I'm focused on service, let me just focus on my service. So she actually was an Apsara in her previous life. She blessed Hanumanji. Hanumanji continued on his journey. So from Hanuman we learn that Ekeha Gurunandana, we should be focused and we should not be many-branched, multi-branched. So why is Krishna speaking about multi-branched? What is Krishna saying here? Krishna is saying in 2.42 and 4.3, Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadhanti avipashchitaha vedavada ratha partha nanyat asiti vadinaha कामात्मनः स्वर्गपरा जन्म कर्म फलप्रदां क्रिया विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्य गतिं प्रति. Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. So, in the Vedas, how many Vedas are there, or how many divisions of the Vedas are there? 4. Which are the 4 Vedas? Rig Veda. Could not hear. Rig Veda. Second one? Yajur Veda. Third one? Sama Veda. Fourth one? Atharva Veda. Okay. So these are the 4 Vedas. So Krishna further he says Traigunya Vishaya Veda. So he says he recommends 3 Vedas and he says rise above these 3 Vedas. He doesn't recommend, he doesn't talk about the 4th Veda. The 4th Veda is Atharva Veda. Okay. So generally the Vedas, when you speak about the Vedas, there are some family names, particularly in the northern part of India. You will hear Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi, you have these names, right? So even those people have not read, it's only a family name. But traditionally, their ancestors are people Dvivedi, people who have read 2 Vedas, okay? Or Trivedi, people who have read 3 Vedas. Chaturvedi, they are people who read the 4 Vedas. Like that. So there are divisions of the Vedas. And who made the division of these Vedas? Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is the one who made the division. In fact, the very meaning of the name Vyasa means to divide. Otherwise, Vyasadeva has his own name. What is Vyasadeva's name? Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Okay, so Krishna Dvaipayana is his name. Vyasa is his position. And in different lifetimes, they can be different Vyasas. In different kalpas, they can be different Vyasas. This time, Vyasa, Mahavishnu himself appears as Vyasa. Anyway, so these Vedas, these 4 Vedas, Krishna is telling rise above the 4 Vedas. We always hear that we have to study the 4 Vedas. The Vedas are the most important. But here Krishna is telling that men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas. So Krishna is telling, Ya imam pushpitam vacham, the flowery words of the Vedas. People with avipashchitaha, people with small knowledge, people who are not very intelligent, study these Vedas. What does this mean? We are saying you should study the 4 Vedas. Vedas are everything. When we speak about Sanatana Dharma, we speak about Vedas only. But Krishna here is saying people who have less knowledge are the ones who study the Vedas. So Krishna is not talking about all the Vedas. Krishna is speaking about specific portions of the Vedas. So which are these specific portions of the Vedas? So the specific portion of the Veda is called as Karma Kanda. What does Karma Kanda do? Karma Kanda encourages people to go to heaven. So how do you go to heaven? They say if you perform this particular kriya, perform this particular homa, you pacify Indra, you pacify Varuna, you pacify Vayu, you pacify Surya, you pacify Chandra. If you pacify these devatas, after you die, you will go to Chandraloka. Have you heard of Somarasa? What is Somarasa? Yeah, alcohol. So there is something called as Somarasa. Now the Somarasa is not the same as what we have in this material world. Whatever they sell in the wine shops and all that. So sometimes there are people who don't have knowledge. They say that Devatas also drink Somarasa. Why you are stopping me? Right? If they can drink, we can also drink. Have you heard some people saying like that? So they say that because they've watched some, I don't know, movies or something. Indraloka, they are drinking Somarasa. So Somarasa is not the same as this. Somarasa, one common thing is Somarasa is an intoxicant. Okay, it makes a person intoxicated. But the Somarasa adds life and strength and vigor to the body. The alcohol that you find in this world destroys the body. It kills the liver, etc. There, the liver becomes very healthy. Very good, no? Somarasa. How many of you want Somarasa? Okay. Trick question. I will ask you trick questions sometimes. You should say no. Okay. So this Somarasa is what is specifically found in Chandraloka. Okay, Chandraloka, Somarasa is found. So somebody who dies and goes to Chandraloka, they will have free supply of Somarasa. But this same Somarasa is also supplied in many heavenly planets. So many times people go to such heavenly planets. They want to go to heavenly planets so that they can continue to enjoy. They've heard of all the very beautiful people there, because the human body itself, the Devata's body itself becomes very, very beautiful there. Here we may have so many problems, right? We grow old, hair fall, pimples. Anybody having those issues? You're checking on the internet, how to get rid of pimples, how to get rid of hair fall. Whatever we do, pimple will come. Whatever we do, hair fall will happen. Right? I have given up, you can see. This is invariably, body will deteriorate no matter what you do. But in heavenly planets, no pimples, no hair fall, and no wrinkles. Very good. How many of you want that kind of body? Okay, all of you are very smart. Okay. So all these things are there in the heavenly planets. In fact, when somebody is a child in the Swargaloka, they grow up very fast. They become youthful very fast. But here, when we become young, all of us have been young at some point. Some of them are still very young here. But this youth doesn't stay for very long. Right? It doesn't stay for very long. After some time, the body deteriorates. And knee pain, back pain, this pain, that pain, all that happens, right? Even sitting for very long in this condition, this is paining, that is paining, when is the class going to get over, my back is paining, all that we feel, isn't it? We're not able to sit for too long. This is because our bodies are like that. But in heavenly planets, the youthful body remains for very long. And old age is extremely short. A person becomes old and immediately, just for maybe a day or lesser than a day, a couple of hours, they become immediately old and then they die. So the majority of life is youthful. Amazing, huh? Old age is very less, childhood is very less. So all the suffering part is very less, but youth is very, the entire life is youthful. And how long is life in heavenly planets? Our 6 months. We have a period going on right now. The previous Ekadashi, I think, the previous Ekadashi, Shiny Ekadashi, that particular Ekadashi, we have a certain 6 months that has started. Anybody knows what is this called? Dakshinayana. So Dakshinayana period has started. After the Dakshinayana, later we will have, after Makara Sankranti, we will have Uttarayana that starts. Dakshinayana, Uttarayana. So this Dakshinayana, Uttarayana means, Uttarayana is the daytime of the Devatas and Dakshinayana is the night time of the Devatas. Okay, so our 1 year is there 24 hours, 1 day. Our 1 year is there 24 hours. So very, very long life with a very young and beautiful body, no cough, no cold, no fever, none of these issues happen, no diseases in that particular body. Okay, last chance. How many of you want that body? Okay, alright. So, Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't follow this part of the Vedas. This part of the Vedas only want you to take, only want you to go to the heavenly planets. And once you go to the heavenly planets, what is going to happen after all that enjoyment? Boom, we come back here. And again, the same thing will start. Your childhood, youth, old age, marriage, LIC policy, this medical insurance, this EMI, that EMI, same thing continues. So Krishna is telling, what is this EMI you're paying? So don't do all of this. Once and for all, get an amazing body, wonderful body, and go back to Vaikuntha. And that body is very different. You know anybody who has that kind of a body? Vaikuntha body? Who is also there in the material world? There is one person who has that kind of a body. And this person's name is Narada Muni. Okay, Narada Muni, he is from Vaikuntha and he has a Vaikuntha Sharira. And so there was one episode in Ramayana when Ravana, he was doing his usual work, and his usual work was attacking women. So he was attacking a very beautiful lady, and she was shouting that please help, and she was a tapasvi, she was in the middle of the forest, but she was very beautiful to look at. And Ravana was passing by, and he saw, such a beautiful lady, she has to be mine. This was his character, Ravana's character was like this. So he attacked that lady, and she was shouting, and there was nobody in the forest. And Narad Muni was traveling, and he saw this, and he said, Ravana, and immediately Narada appeared there, and Narada did not want to fight it, because killing him was the duty of Ramachandra. So he changed his mind. He told him that, hey Ravana, what are you doing? Stop that, So he got really disturbed, and Narad Muni, through his potency, made that lady vanish from there and appear somewhere else, far away where Ravana cannot find. I wish all of us had that potency, so that we could protect, in this horrible world where there are so many Ravanas are there, many Ravanas. So Narad Muni, he protected her at that time, and Ravana got very angry, and he took all his weapons. He started throwing stones. First he started throwing stones at Narada, but the stones just entered Narada's body and it never came out. And he was surprised. Then he threw arrows. He started shooting arrows. Even the arrows entered Narada's body and it never came out. Then he thought, this is extraordinary. Then he started evoking very powerful arrows, extremely powerful, like nuclear arrows. He pulled those, he evoked those through his mantra shakti, and he shot it at Narada. Even those, Narada was not even moving from there. He was simply chanting Bhagwan's name. And he was just standing there very calmly, and all the arrows and weapons, everything was entering Narada's body. And Ravana got very confused. And just like a politician, when you know you cannot defeat somebody, you should join their party. Politicians do that, no? When you cannot defeat them, MLA will change his position and join that particular party. Just like that, Ravana immediately he changed his party, and he told Narada, very nice, I was just joking, I was not shooting real arrows at you. Oh, Narada said, okay. So no, we are friends, we are old friends, I know you for a very long time. Narada said, yes, I know you for a very long time. So, he asked, this body that you have, how to get this body? Some mantra, something is there, how do you get this body? So, I can also get this body, I want this body. He knew this is a very important body to get. Narada said, yes, definitely. It's a very easy process. If I tell you, you follow it, you'll get this body. He says, what is the process? He says, you have to give up all these weapons and you have to completely, kaya, manasa, vacha, you have to dedicate and you have to completely surrender to the lotus feet of Narayana. And once you do that, you will get this body. You think Ravana did that? Immediately Ravana got angry. He said, that Narayana, I have to surrender to Narayana. Impossible. So he went away. He was very angry. Immediately he changed his political party again and he went back to Lanka. So it is very easy to get a Vaikuntha body. But the only process to get this Vaikuntha body is to completely surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna, the lotus feet of Narayana. And that is a transcendental body. This is a body that is free. Even in heavenly planets, the very beautiful body there, they have big problems. And these big problems are birth, death, old age, disease. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. These four are there. It's there here also, it is there also. They also have certain diseases. Not as bad as us, but they also have diseases. So we know many times when Indra runs away here and there, is getting attacked by Rakshasas, he's also running, he's also in anxiety, right? So what is the use of that heavenly body? So we need a body that is permanent, that is free of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Why do we say Mrityu after Janma? Janma, then there should be Vyadi, disease. Then there is Jara, old age. In the end comes Mrityu. But Shastras don't bring Mrityu in the end. They say Janma, Mrityu, then Jara, Vyadi. Why Mrityu comes after Janma?
Along with our birth only, our death also comes along with us. The day is fixed at the day.
Correct. So the moment we are born, our dying, process of dying starts. Every birthday we celebrate, do we become younger? Become older, no? Till we are 18, 20, 25, we are very happy. After that, nobody wants to tell how old. How old now, Prabhu? Still 20 only. For 45 years, 50 years, we'll continue with 20 only. Right? So we don't like to tell our age to anybody. We don't like to tell our weight, weighing machine. We don't like to tell our weight to anybody. So these are all top secrets. How much salary we get, what is my weight, what is my age. Nobody likes to talk about this. Because death immediately begins. The moment you are born, death begins. Janma, Mrityu, Jara and Vyadi. So, a devotee who is aware of this, will make sure that they get a body where there is no Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Just like Narada's body. There is no Janma, no Mrityu, no Jara, no Vyadi. He will never die and he is never born. He is eternal, he is permanent. And just like that, many devotees are there. It can be Hanuman, it can be Garuda, like that many devotees are there who have this amazing body, a Vaikuntha body. How many of you want a Vaikuntha body? Raise your hands. Everybody raise your hands. Very important to have Vaikuntha body. Okay? So Vaikuntha body is a permanent body. Okay? Body is very important. Don't stay without body. Without body is ghost. So we don't want to be a ghost. So we need Vaikuntha body. Okay? So Krishna, that is why Krishna is telling, don't follow the karma kanda, because if you follow karma kanda, we have all heard, no, from our childhood, during exams, we go to Ganapati temple, we hold our ears, we do that and we pray to Ganesha, I want good marks. If we want money, which temple we need to go to? We go to Lakshmi temple. If you want a good husband, which temple to go to? Yeah, you go to Katyayani, you go to Durga Devi temple, then you get a good husband. If you want a good wife, which temple should you go to? Shiva temple. Okay, you go and you pray to Lord Shiva, then you get a good wife. Okay, so these are all of this is karma kanda. Okay, so you get a good wife, you get a good husband. Yeah, of course you need it so that you have a peaceful life. But then, if that is the only goal of our life, then we are going to be stuck in this world. So the goal of life is not that we want somebody bad in our family. We want good people in our family. But then Krishna is completely capable of offering all of that. So Krishna is recommending. Now, does that mean we should not worship Ganesha, not worship Shiva, not worship Durga? Should we stop worshipping them? You can certainly worship them. It's about what you ask. That is what is important. Okay, so when you are meeting Lord Shiva, you have to ask him that, how can I become a nice devotee? How can I become a nice devotee? When you meet Durga Devi, you ask her, how do I become a nice devotee? So what is the name of a devotee? A devotee of Vishnu is called what? Vaishnava. A female devotee of Vishnu is called what? Vaishnavi. Right? So have you heard of Vaishnava Devi? So Durga Devi in the Himalayan mountains, she is called as Vaishnava Devi. Vaishnavi, because she is a Vaishnavi. She is constantly meditating on Vishnu. That is why she is Vaishnava Devi. So Vaishnava Devi. So this Durga Devi, she appears in many forms. So you can certainly worship her as a Vaishnavi, asking her that, how do I become a Vaishnava? And the Shastra has explained Lord Shiva as Vaishnava Nam Yatha Shambho. Among Vaishnavas, Shambhu is the greatest of all. So when we worship him in that particular mode, he blesses us. He blesses us. Srimad Bhagavatam has details of that. So, in this way, one must surrender their lives to the lotus feet of Vishnu and giving up the principles of the four Vedas and simply sticking to worshipping Krishna. And Krishna speaks about that. Going forward, Krishna speaks about that in the Bhagavad Gita. So, having said that, I think I'm almost out of time. So, I would recommend all the devotees, are we going to chant now? So, I recommend all the devotees, those who are new to chanting, some of our devotees will tell you how to chant, and those who are experienced in chanting, let us all together chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay? Now, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it starts with the Panchatattva mantra. How many of you know the Panchatattva mantra? Okay. So, those who don't know the Panchatattva mantra, maybe today, do we have it here? Panchatattva mantra? Yes. Okay. So, we can learn the Panchatattva mantra. We chant the Panchatattva mantra once, and then we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 108 times. Okay? 108 times. So, does everybody have a Japamala? I would also like one Japamala. So this Japamala, for those who don't know how to chant, just showing you the process. You must use your middle finger this way, okay, to roll. Do not use the index finger. Index finger is not used. Okay, index finger is, this is represents aham, represents arrogance. So when we are pointing at somebody, we say, you did this, right? So this finger is not used. So instead of that, we use the second finger, and you're supposed to use your thumb to pull it back. Don't push front, not pushing front. You're supposed to pull it backwards. Okay, so this first bead here, this is called as the Meru bead. Okay, this is the Meru bead, or the Guru bead, is known by different names. And each of these beads, 108 beads, they represent 108 Upanishads, the different Upanishads. So all the Upanishads are serving Krishna, are serving Bhagavan. Every Upanishad speaks about the glories of Bhagavan. So we are, by chanting these 108 rounds, we are also dedicating these 108 Upanishads to the lotus feet of Krishna. Okay? So while you are holding the Meru bead, you have to keep chanting like this. Move forward. Each bead, you are going to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then you pull it back. Then you go to the next one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So by the time you come here, you would have finished 108. Okay. Now when you are holding this one, we have to chant the Panchatattva mantra. So the first one is the Guru Pranama mantra. Namo Vishnu. Everybody, maybe we can chant together. Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Purnamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshakarine. This is a Guru Pranama mantra. Okay. So we take the blessings of Sri Guru, and then we take the blessings of Panchatattva. So these are the Panchatattvas. With their blessings, only with their blessings, we are able to chant Krishna's name. Otherwise, we are not qualified to approach Krishna directly. So let us, I will chant. Since many of you don't know the Panchatattva mantra, I'll chant and you can repeat. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Very good. Now all of us will chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Is the Mahamantra also displayed? So for those who are very new, you can look at the Mahamantra. This is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It has 16 syllables in it. Okay, 16 syllables. So let us chant together and complete one complete round. Make sure that your mind is not distracted. The mind is like a monkey. It will go all over the place. In meditation and dhyana yoga, you are supposed to bring back this monkey, this mind that goes all over the place. The mind will tell you what now, what here, is it raining outside, tomorrow is Monday, my work will start. All your mind will go everywhere. Please pull it back and focus on the name of the Lord. And while you are chanting, pray to Radha and Krishna that please bring me close to your lotus feet. Please guide me. Please be my mentor. Please be in my heart, reside in my heart. Okay? Let's start now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki. So 500 years ago, there was one Acharya. His name was Haridas Thakur. And this Haridas Thakur was born in a Muslim family. He was born in a Muslim family. But from his childhood, his life was dedicated to Krishna. So he was always chanting Krishna's name. And every day, he chanted 108. Every day he would chant 1,00,000 names. The whole day he used to chant Haridas Thakur. So one day, he was arrested by 500 years ago by some Nizam. He was a Muslim ruler. He arrested him and he told him, "You are doing a very sinful activity. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is a very sinful activity. You must stop this sin immediately. So, to purify yourself, you must recite the Kalma." You heard of the Kalma? So in Islam they chant the Kalma. Recently in Kashmir that incident happened. The horrible incident, there they said you should chant Kalma. So this was not a very new thing. Even those days they used to do that. So they threatened him. They said you should chant the Kalma, otherwise we will punish you. But he never chanted that. And he continued to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And as a punishment, the Nizam, he took a whip and told his soldiers, "You whipped this Haridas Thakur." They whipped him on the road and they carried him for 21 villages. They continued to hit him to 21 villages. But even after getting whipped and his entire skin was peeled because of that whipping, he never stopped chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Constantly he was chanting the Mahamantra. So our Acharyas have done a lot for us to bring this great treasure of Hare Krishna Mahamantra to us. So it is our obligation to respect our Acharyas and continue to chant that. Those days it was the Nizam and his king, his soldiers who were stopping him. Sometimes it can be our own family members who stop us. Sometimes we don't need family members to stop. Our own mind will stop us and say that, "So long this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I have to sit for 10 minutes and chant. So much time it takes," right? Or if you're chanting 16 rounds, how long does it take? See, typically today we took a long time, but typically you need not chant in this pace every day. It is usually Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in your daily chanting, you can take this much time. On an average, it takes about 7 minutes for one round, about 15 minutes for 2 rounds. So 16 rounds takes how long? 2 hours. 15 minutes, 2 rounds. Half an hour, 4 rounds. In 1 hour, you finish 8 rounds. In 2 hours, you finish 16 rounds. How long is one movie, one Kannada movie or Hindi movie? 2.5 hours, no? Huh? So we can give up one movie and we can dedicate that to Krishna, that time to Krishna. That much we can do, right? So we must do this. There are many, in Srimad Bhagavatam, the 12th canto, Vyasadeva speaks about many qualities of Kali Yuga. Even before Kali Yuga comes, he has predicted Kali Yuga. And he said some of the qualities of Kali Yuga are those who have money, justice will belong to them. Was Vyasadeva correct or wrong? He was correct. He said that men will grow their hair very long. Correct or wrong? A lot of young people these days, they think beauty is long hair, right? Men will grow their hair long. Vyasadeva said that, at that time nobody believed. Vyasadeva said that even marriage, young couples will stop getting married to each other, and they, even without marriage, they will live with each other. Correct or wrong? Is it happening? Many things were predicted by Vyasadeva about the whole Kali Yuga, and everything is true. Everything is exactly the way Vyasadeva has predicted. So this Kali Yuga is known to be the worst of all yugas, all the horrible qualities. And when Shukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, mentioned this to Parikshit Maharaj, Parikshit became very sad. He said, "But what will the people of Kali Yuga do? They are so sad, all the bad qualities are there in Kali Yuga." At that time, Shukadeva Goswami said, Kale dosha nidhe rajan. He said this Kali Yuga is dosha nidhi. Nidhi means what? Treasure. You only find dosha in Kali Yuga. Kale dosha nidhe rajan asti eko mahat guna. But it has one mahaguna. So Parikshit Maharaj asks, what is that mahaguna? Kirtana deva krishnasya mukta sangha param vraje. He says Kirtana deva krishnasya. But in this Kali Yuga, there is one particular quality that is not there in any other yuga. And that is the Kirtana, Harinama Sankirtana. But whom should you chant that with? Mukta Sangha, along with this Satsanga, this Sadhu Sangha. Mukta Sangha Param Vraje. Just by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Param Vraje, you get the greatest of benedictions. That was not there even in the previous yugas. So Kali Yuga is the worst of all yugas, but it has the greatest treasure. And that is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam. Kalahu Nastyeva, 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 Katir Anyatha. So there is no other way. Shukadeva Goswami is saying there is no Nastyeva, 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 Katir Anyatha. There is no Gati. No other Gati apart from the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay, so my humble request to everybody, please continue to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, irrespective of what others tell you, irrespective of what your own mind tells you. Defeat your own mind. Defeat your own mind and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Those who are not chanting, you can pick up these japamalas and devotees will give it to you. You can chant one round every day. Those who are chanting one round, please increase the number of chanting. You can chant a little more rounds, maybe 2 rounds. You can graduate to 2. Those who are chanting 4 rounds, do 6 rounds. Those who are doing 6 rounds, do 8 rounds. So you must progress. Okay? So these are different steps of progression that we expect devotees to have. And all of us, we chant a minimum of 16 rounds. Nothing happens. You feel that you don't have time. We're all very busy with our daily work also. I also work. I have a busy schedule, but despite the busy schedule, we take time to chant our 16 rounds every day. So you must also make progression in your chanting. Every time you get an opportunity, you should tell your mind. Whenever your mind says, no, chant less, you should go against your mind and chant one extra round. This is how your mind gets conquered. So, apart from that request, also we have our Janmashtami festival coming up. How many of you fast on Ekadashi? Okay, very good. So on Ekadashi Vrata means that we don't eat grains. Dhanya we don't eat, corn we don't eat. We can have fruits and milk and all of that on Ekadashi. But on Janmashtami is said to have the benefit of 1 lakh Ekadashis. 1 lakh Ekadashi. Ekadashi is the most auspicious day, but if you fast on Janmashtami, you get the benefit of 1 lakh Ekadashis. Okay, so that glorious Janmashtami is the appearance day of our Krishna. So Bhagavan Krishna appears on Janmashtami. What is the date probably? 16th of August. Okay, when is Independence Day? True independence is 16th of August. When Krishna appears, he is the one who gives us true liberation, true freedom. Right? And who are all the freedom fighters? All of us. Because we are fighting our own mind. So let's be true freedom fighters. We are celebrating our true spiritual Independence Day. Of course, we celebrate 15th August, India's Independence Day. But our spiritual Independence Day on August 16th on Janmashtami, we request all the devotees to come here and wholeheartedly participate in all the activities, the various sevas that are there in the temple. On that particular day, we will all together let us serve Krishna. I think our devotees are also working on procuring some particular area here so that more devotees can be accommodated very close by. Maybe those details will be shared. They're in the process of doing that so that more on a very grand scale we are able to celebrate Sri Krishna Janmashtami. Okay, so hearty welcome to all of you on August 16th Janmashtami. Please book your calendars so that we're all here together in that. Okay. Anything else from you? Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you very much and for giving me the opportunity and praying to Radha and Krishna, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Mai and all our wonderful deities and Shri Guru to bless all the assembled devotees here so that you and your families are protected all the time and you're taken care of by the Supreme Lord's kind mercy. Hare Krishna.
post of ISKCON Sri Tripura.